already up, Sealed Hunter. How's everybody doing today? We are back with Monogas with the Wicked. I did not sleep a lot. I did not even eat my breakfast yet. Yeah, this time the bread cannot get soaked through.
Maybe do it for God.
Oh, very nice. How did Bonanza go yesterday? Or tonight? Glad to hear that. Yoink. But here, as you can see for me, Thieving Drifter Hood. Like I said, I will make a post for you later. Yeah, until the big bad wolf comes to eat Red Riding Hood. I'm still not used to seeing the sap. Though it's not a bad thing. The sap is really cool. same with the coal now, that you can just use them like that. I have the feeling they changed the values on with the how tools degenerate. Because I remember them breaking far more frequently in the last update, in the Breach update. Oh boy, I'm sorry to hear that. Have a nice lurk and may Fatalis have mercy on your soul. Doesn't the literally show when it was last edited? A tripped spike! A tripped spike!
They say he left already.
Good day to you. Nothing sick. Man's best friend is a blade.
Make the... I felt the...
We want to destroy the life gem to get bleed infusion going.
life and... Eyes up.
Bleed is a go.
Good to see.
Serum.
Hello.
They say he left.
And thank you. Right, I wanted to go to...
A true serum.
You look like the Avenger.
Okay, let us know the shovel.
City's got a shit.
no, that margin is way too big right now. Wait, before I do that again, I should check the carpenter.
They walk quite a The blight of time is all. The blight of time is all.
Unethical and unethical. All every always good. So you're
I'm not allowed to drink yet, Zecke. But ready up, how are you doing? I am only allowed to drink in 25 minutes. Because I need to space out drinking and eating 30 minutes from each other. I had gastric bypass.
May your true name.
So if I were to drink now, the food I just ate would just get flushed out and through. But hey, it helps. I had the surgery on the 22nd of December, and I lost 11 kilograms so far. Ugh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Dude, it was a lot of work to get there. Like, first I had to do half a year of nutrition therapy. Ready up, Jinxie, how are you doing? I weighed 140 kilogram when I got the surgery, but I started the whole procedure with 150 kilogram. 153 even. It was half a year nutrition therapy. I had to get I don't know the English word right now, Darmspiegelung. Not Darm, Magenspiegelung. A full-on blood test. I had to visit a psychiatrist. And then for half a year I had to do at least 2 hours of movement therapy each week. So walking, riding a bike or stuff like that. $35. And again, in the half year, I already lost 13 kilogram just by changing how I go about my eating habits and the mobility. Like, one of the big points I was taught is don't go calorie counting, don't go on all of those restrictive diets. If you want to snack, just keep an eye on it, portion sizes, and thoroughly chewing your food. Like 30 times each bite and before you swallow it. That alone made me get the feeling of being full back, since I never felt full before my stomach was overfilling. No, not even FDH. For those wondering, it's German, frisst die Hälfte, eat half the amount. Yeah, but have you counted how much you chew between putting it in your mouth and swallowing?
Got all the time in the world.
And smaller bites, but a big part of that was also the full blood picture. So to rule out that there is anything else going on with your body. That was another thing that I also changed for myself. I went from eating 2 to 3 times a day to eating 4 times a day. That because your body, to keep your metabolism going, also doesn't actually need to intake food. Like a fire, you need to put on more wood to keep it burning. And I really wish I could help you with the mental health, but hey, we are here if you need to talk, if you need to vent. I know some of what went on after all. And heck, if you just want to lurk and get a peak entertainment from me failing, go ahead and lurk. Well, I'm sorry, right now I can't be a sparring partner for anyone, my body is still recovering. My guts were literally cut in half after all. Have you asked Soul Creek if he would be your sparring partner? Yeah, I can only go up to 20 stamina. Like the stats. Can I put on a quiver now? Yes, I can, but I don't want a quiver anymore. As information and reason why I don't want to use a quiver anymore, quiver overloads the elemental infusions on the arrow, on the bow. And I now have a bleed infusion in to start my bleed build going, to get my bleed build going. So now a quiver would be an negative. Ooh, that does sound good. You know, the Baby Bell commercials are one of the things I actually miss the most since I stopped watching just normal TV. They were always so fucking hilarious. Yeah, the bow is slowly but surely coming back. Ready up, Wicked Builds, and thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. Luckily, I rarely get songs stuck in my head, so I don't remember that one. Wicked Builds, did you find any of the new embers yet? I know I'm still pretty early on, but so far I have only seen fallen embers. Nice. What would you say how rare they are compared? My current assumption is honestly it's just because of the level of my areas is too low. That was stupid. I didn't kick down the ladder. I am not smart yesterday and today. Send it to me in Discord, please. I have linked disables because of bot spammers. And I still didn't set up a permission command. Sorry about that. I think my biggest critique at the moment would be the changes to the elemental gems. That took away even more use of white items. So these are the new embers. They look really good. Ah, thank you for that info. So, I wasn't far off with my assumption that my levels are just too low. Since I completely started new, wanting to test it, how they come along during the leveling curve and all of that. Ready up, Nico, and welcome. Thank you, I appreciate it. And I'm still in the habit of just selling and not checking everything. Fuck!
I'm gonna mount your skull.
Okay, I was up here. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think next level will go one into focus. We will go up one on equipment load still, stamina to 20. Nah, I need the dex still. God, I really hope I find a Crow Ring or Raven Ring, whatever that one was called. The one that increases your stamina. See you in a bit.
See that? They say he left already. A true serum? We can restore his...
Wait, did I accept that quest already? Yes, good.
Miss home, but she don't.
Oh, I forgot these areas though. The bounties come first before we continue. I only have 3. With that I can't get rid of the drain focus.
Road inside.
You look like the adventurer.
Oh, fuck, my head is killing me. Ow.
I don't fear die.
Focus gain increased. Oh, there's also my focus regen and. Okay, I really need to look better through that enchantment list. Since I did not see the focus regen there. Ah, gain, not regen. It's not in the list. Ah. Wait. This is a magic helmet. Ah, the regenerate focus in it still regenerate focus in combat in the list. Okay. And that one can only be on magical helmets. Interesting. Welcome back, Zecke. I really wish I could get used to the light roll. Sorry, the medium roll. Because some of the leather outfits look really good. Like that ninja, that shadow outfit, but I just can't get away with the bow from my light dash. And the unfortunate part is looking at the sets. I mean, there's literally a leather archer set called Archer. The devs want archers to use leather. But it has a stamina malice. And it's too much investment to get the light dodge. Ow.
You smell of death. Oi!
We keep getting the farmer's cap. The potential raccoon helmet. Well, okay, no sidling then. Wait, before I continue, I should empty the inventory again.
I was looking a bit.
Armor penetration. Well, we keep them to remove them later. Right now I don't know what's worth more, 7% armor pen or 4% physical damage. But I would assume the armor penetration.
The ocean wants in, Seren, and we are the wall.
So I'm supposed.
While I am here, we will use the skill quick. I'm gonna put on an ad break and grab my coffee. And we are back. And again, sorry about that. But I think it's better if I put on breaks whenever I go away from the PC to limit when that they happen randomly.
It's time you
Or on the hour. I have it on the lowest, but it still interrupts too often for my liking. And a bit delayed, but cheers, Zecke. Nice. Hot, hot, hot. Ah, that's my tongue. I love the Sky Shot volley. I really need to get rid of the... I need to risk it. Okay, what was again the one I was aiming for when it comes to both? With the negatives. Healing reduced or drain health in combat, especially if I can get the bleeding damage against bleeding targets. Definitely not that. There we go. The drain health in combat should be even combated right now by the skulls I have in. Which it is. This is now already a really nice bow. Like, it won't be our end bow because it's just a short bow. Ready up, Rexa! How are you doing? The update is amazing. Now let's see what we can get instead of the frozen... instead of this. Focus on kill, I take it. Armor penetration, I keep that. Stamina on staggering enemy, also okay. So far, I am in very low level zones, mind you. I have not found any of the other embers. But Wicked Build says. He said they are not that rare. You get them often from the Crucible vendor as well as Tier 4 Pestilence zones. But honestly, it feels good to be able to craft again. Like, I barely touched the crafting in the beta because I was looking for items that had at least 2 to 3 of the enchants I wanted on already, you know? And here is one of the spots where you see why shock is so good, especially on a bow. If I had gone with a lightning infusion, they would be dead already. Or if I would make smarter use of my runes. I have one personal negative so far, but I need more to do more testing with it. And that is the elemental gems. The enchantment power increased by 40% if it's the only elemental gem. Like, right now, I don't even know if the Bleed Infusion gem, does that negate this one? I don't know. Or does that just count in the armor? But since it's at the armor, if it's the only enchant, since it says so it armors, I assume it counts only for the armor things. But it takes, once again, away. It takes again. Breathe, Keck. It takes again away power from the white items, and not necessarily power, but freedom to make them your own. The customization, which were supposed to be what they were for you in the at that part, or at the beginning. Yeah, the wording is odd, but at the same time, it's okay, since now that I think about it a bit, it makes sense like that. Since it specifically says so in the armor section of the... where it shows the effects. And one thing I also noticed, just because I know about the other embers existing, right? I am already caring much more about other items I find. I mean, I want to go for a bow build, and I prefer on my bows this dodge. So I go for cloth armor, obviously, right? Oop. But I'm still checking items, even leather, mesh, even plate, to see if there are good enchantments on that I may take away for later. Whereas in the past, oh, it's mesh, oh, it's plate, that's trash for me, I'm just selling that. Oh, right, I wanted to check something on the forums. Was there already a post about the hide helmet option not working correctly? Please add. Okay, no, it's nothing there that it doesn't work properly yet. Okay. Because yes, it works for me, but on this character, on another one, the helmet took quite a while to vanish. And then in other cases, it doesn't work. Like, the helmet is still there, but ponytails clip through, stuff like that. Oh Gott. Oh, and the regenerate focus works now. Look at my focus. That is, in my opinion, also a big W. And that is just a single regenerate 4 focus gem, not the big one, and again, only one.
Nothing flame won't eat.
But my favorite gems still are the claws to reduce stamina costs, as well as the skulls, the health regeneration. Ow. That was way too close. Haha. Hit your buddy. But yeah, they really reduce the stagger damage of the bows, which is good, which is really good. But we will see how that stacks up once I get the multi-arrow. The rapid fire. I think I can move to the new house soon. Or should I say my real house? Okay, yeah, that's how you summon the activity log. Okay, I got the Sacra Surveyor. Got it. I also have small experience potions to deliver. Perfect. Now I don't necessarily need focus anymore, since I have the 100 focus for the time being, and can reach them as well, which is even more important. And yes, I still put into equipment weight to 20, despite not having, not using a quiver anymore, and thus my equipment being lighter. For the simple reason that at certain points I may get good armor with a facet that increases its weight. And I don't want that to cancel out my dodge. Like here, okay, this one not, but there are some that have then increased resistances, but weight and also increase. Focus on inflicting any status. That is something I need to test with my bow. With bleeding, to be exact. So let's just test it out. Since again, this is a special one, specifically powerful enchantment with shock. Since you can chain trigger shock and it's just focus, 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 focus. Okay, I need to be careful not to sell my hood.
Please looking at
I should also upgrade, but at this point again. Like, not upgrade, but go my inventory spaces. Yes! I used Infection a bit already. I used it with a quiver, but let me tell you, you get around 10% lifesteal just from infecting an enemy.
Those right on yourself.
Of course, that is just my small-scale testing. But that is what I got out of it. I pulled in the damage. Like, I healed for 1 when I dealt around 7 damage. So, roughly 10% seems what is the case for that, you know? Critical hit chance, we definitely want to keep that one. Ah, we have physical and stamina regen on here. So yeah, I think
Maybe better this
very much good.
Where's the work ethic anymore?
That I could not test. Because I didn't have a fire rune, I didn't have, and stuff like that.
sacrament endures.
But if it... I don't think it does. I think it's a bonus. Unless the it gets fully... the other status gets fully removed. Like, if you trigger overload on burning, I think that one removes it. That one removes burn. At least that is how it was in the beta. Again, I'm currently... Oh. Okay. I'm currently missing the resources to test stuff like that. I'm sorry.
So much past. So I'm supposed to.
There is one thing in the patch notes. Give me a second. Wicked news. What do they call them? Status? There. Enemies can now be affected by multiple different ailments at the same time. And I would at least have one person deal with Overload, with Thunder. Yeah, again, I don't think they remove, like, especially Fester, right? It would make no sense that bleeding gets removed, because then what? It will reduce build-up recovery speed, but the bleeding is gone? That can remove an entire build. I think the only one would be Overload. But what can also be a really powerful status effect, especially in groups. Bleeding. If you only play together, there is an enchantment for gloves that you lifesteal against bleeding enemies. And only one of you guys needs to infect bleeding for everyone to be able to use that. Same with the plague. Like, this will need testing, unfortunately. That is true.
It is the
You know what? Let me add one of these. I have an idea.
Is it true? There isn't.
I don't have fire.
That's a city, not a city. Yes, but the Dasha were here first.
That depends if one specific bug with Overload has been fixed. Overload also in the beta scaled with the health of the target you trigger it off. So against bosses and against some enemies I saw 1000 Overload damage. But I also killed myself plenty of times.
They say he left already.
Mayor, the stars align.
Infuse. Let's take this fungus strongbow. Ah, I don't have one.
Sarah?
Be silent. So what do you think? Yes, yes, and you.
You.
Wouldn't you? Let's get.
I'm missing 3 copper ore. Fuck. Right, I forgot that the utility runes also give enchants. Maybe Eleanor has something.
They say he left already.
meeting.
Yes.
I fell. Sacrament and dole.
I must pay a visit to him.
There, now it is filled. Let me get hit. Ah. Nope, he has both. Did you see how it swapped between the purple and the fire? The bar? I can't test the damage I take because, well... Actually, let me take these off. Then I can. What? Why do I still have health regen? Ah, right. No, I don't have health regen. Now it drains health because of the bow. Perfect. So as you can see now, I'm healing. Let's infect. And I'm still healing. Now with overload. Overload removes the burn still. As you saw there. But yeah, so having someone with ooh, 6% critical. Ah, right. Those were for. So it definitely makes sense having someone in the party with plague and a fire mage and someone focusing on fire as well. 100% great synergy. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yes, pretty sure as well. I mean, bleeding I can't test on them because they don't move, right? Yeah, you just need to be careful if you have someone focusing on burn and then having someone with lightning. That will not work out well. Since there are some really powerful enchants, as long as... The thing is, I don't know how it works with burning if you need to have the big burn active, that is also needed to trigger lightning or not. Since there's a really powerful glove enchant for burning that increases your crit chance by a metric factor.
They say he left already. You cannot. So yours.
Sacrament and dole.
And if you need that big burn for that, then the lightning would destroy it. Wait, why can't I pick that one up? No, good. I wanted a bit further than... Oh, definitely not. I used that myself during the beta. Oops. There is just one reason I would not recommend to go for a burn build, a burning build, or an overload build. And that is, monsters are immune to burning when they are in even the slightest puddle of liquid. And it doesn't sound like a big issue. Until you have a tier 4 Pestilence boss, Echo Knight, in the Marine Woods area. That is the big circle where you need to come in from above. before you go to the boss fight, the story boss fight in there. Because that entire area is full of water on the ground. So the boss completely immune to burning the entire time. It's not fun having your entire build ruined like that. Yeah, especially I noticed something really mean yesterday. If we stand in a puddle, we still get burned. Yeah, my muscle memory from Monster Hunter always kicks in to do that. Okay, yeah, the generate focus from status, not good with bleeding. Oh, I watched myself burn to death trying to put out the bleeding. Several times. I mean, in the previous update, the bow was just a offhand weapon. There were ways to make it extremely fast. You just went full on focus basically, and then spammed the multi-shot rune. But believe me, before I upgraded this bow and got some physical damage improvements, it was a pain yesterday. So bow is definitely still not overpowered, and they heavily reduced, as they should have, the stagger damage the bows deal. I'm curious about the differences the seps will make. Heck, even if they last longer, that's already a huge bonus. The dodge and attack at the same time to trigger the running attack is also so big. Having them kill themselves by bleeding out is so funny. Nah, I really messed up that one. Bleed and bow are just going hand in hand so well. Yes. Not just some enemies. All enemies now have some, or most enemies have some sort of ranged attack. The big ones now throw rocks, for example. Or they just aggressively run towards bow users when they are attacked. And it's not just bow, it's range in general. So that does include the... mages. Yes, thank you. I suck at parrying. It's not as overpowered anymore. It is still on the left trigger. So, or on, if you use a PlayStation controller, L2. It is at the same time harder to pull off, but the timing is easier. The reason it is harder to pull off is you are getting punished if you are missing the parry now. You can't spam it anymore. And I think this will be one of my favorite changes. That these things rotate 360 degrees now. I want that one gone first. And as you can see, they even use these jumps more. Yes. It's a freaking drop kick. Yes. Oh, just the eel. But honestly, I take that fun way more. I mean, I will try. Bonk. Yeah, but I can also see that being a pain to animate. Especially if you don't have a quiver, since here the arrows just appear out of nowhere, you know? And I would have thought the backstab was basically just this rune. But since they have a rune for that, that backstab would have been boring. And it's way more fun to have something like that as a rune. Since with a bow, you're not supposed to be close to the enemy. That's also why the bow doesn't have that massive stagger. Yes, but how would that work against the giant enemies, for example? And I mean, look, I gave this one internal bleeding from the drop kick. Miss Saggy Tits! Ow. She still doesn't like that nickname. Like, it feels this backstab was not designed for the massive damage like most other backstabs, you know? It is designed to get the enemy away from you. Since you notice how far it flings the enemy away.
Spoils and stains!
Okay, I know what I need to do right now. That guy must have been so confused. What was that?
They say he left already.
Man's best friend is a blade.
You cannot rush an opponent.
Now let's see. This one lasts 1 minute. Both take off ×2, it's, I think. But then again, that is still that one, so I don't know. So let's see now. Okay, so yeah, they are way, way better. From ×2 to ×3.5 speed. And they last way longer. Okay, so while we go through this,
On alert.
They say he left already.
let's grab some copper. Because what we need right now is another chest. And obviously, if we go for a chest, we will be going for this. But that will mean 9 minutes. So in the meantime, let's grab some copper ore. I think if we do my usual farming route, that should be fine. Like, this is the route I did in during the Breach update to farm Fallen Embers. Obviously, during that I wouldn't chop trees. But it's always better to have materials than to need materials, so... Exactly. I remember when people said the inventory changes to 99 stacks in the inventory were bad, and the same with the chest, and I'm just like, no. I don't know who said that, but so many of us were begging for that. Now inventory is manageable. A rune ring! Fuck yes! I did not upgrade my ring slots. No. Oh, and that one is so good! Holy fuck! And I must... One thing I really love is... I started during the last beta already. The new way of the unspoken. Yes, you get a bit less experience than before. Huh? Okay, a lot of less experience. But you also gain a lot more loot. Because the only thing they changed basically is... They removed the 20% bonus experience, right? But instead, they added that there are way more enemies. It's multiplayer enemy count now. I don't know how many, but it's multiplayer. So more enemies, more loot. And still, slight amount of more experience. Cheers, Bloomy, and ready up, how are you doing? Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. You are not dumb. Don't want to hear such slander. Also, Bloomy, if this game looks the tiny bit, even the littlest interesting to you, right? It is currently free for the weekend. And if you then find you enjoy it, 40% off, as my title suggests. What was that? Sometimes arrows deal several times the damage. Or in general, damage sources sometimes. The other time I had this was with Thorns damage. Ah, shit, my avatar's in front of it. But you can still barely see it. No, that's not crit chance. Crit chance is when they are blinking up. But let me actually make a note of a post of this. Because this is big. Also, let me open, since I'm doing this already. Let me include the height helmet option, not always working properly. Wicked bug reporting. Damage instances. Height helmet not properly working. Come on. Gets counted several times. Sorry, I know this is not really interesting right now. It is the second time this happened. The first was on Thorns. It is a bit hard to see. Is right at the edge of my streaming avatar. At her hair. At her bangs. Height helmet does sometimes not hide newly equipped helmets, or takes a while to fully hide them. Sometimes it just causes the hair to glitch through the visible helmet. This is with hide helmet off. This is with hide helmet on. But at least this created the famous raccoon tail head. There we go, and back. So sorry once again, guys. Yeah, because this is a big update. Many have waited for No Rest for the Wicked, for the co-op. And not to mention, many will try it right now, because the game at the moment for the weekend is free. You can't underestimate that. And honestly, I'm happy. Especially if big streamers cover it. I may get less viewers. I don't care. I want the game to be successful. For me, this is a hobby at the moment. I can't live off of this. Suyux, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. But for them, it is about about succeeding with the game. And getting 2.0 sequels, expansions, and all of that good stuff, you know? So that is far more important. Also remember to watch some other streamers as well for the statue. For the Twitch drops. Let me put a link up for that list again. There you go. Don't miss out on that sweet statue. Completely fair. What I will do is, or what I do in those cases, with Twitch drops for games I play and that I want, like, there's also new Enshrouded drop I want. I put the stream on my second monitor and have it muted while I play or something. Heck, sometimes I even take a nap while I have it running. What I want the most from the Enshrouded drop is the pillow. Completely understandable. It is also for my taste too hearty, but not for Zyl's taste, so to speak. Since when I choose outfits and others, I go for and build stuff. I don't necessarily go for my tastes, but the tastes the character would have. I am very weird like that. Even when I don't roleplay the character at all in these regards, I always do. Oh, I totally agree. Heck, I love role-playing. It's just not on stream. And it's also rougher in some games than others. And I know especially VTubers, PNG tubers usually do play a role. But for me, I'm just myself. Yes, I use Zyl as an avatar because she's important to me, but that is also because... And I chose her, not a male avatar, because, well, I always play female characters in games. I stream games, so... Those are part of why I chose her to represent me. And her specifically, I think I told that once already. She comes from a post-by-post roleplay from a forum with with a close friend of mine that just basically saved my life. And Zyl is the daughter of both of our characters. That's why I chose her to represent the channel. Honestly, even then I don't care, as long as everyone is on board. Just don't drag someone into that randomly. Just for such stuff, it's consent is key for such role plays. Simple as that. And don't do it publicly, especially in games that also children play. Use Whisper for stuff like that. And don't expect everyone to just be okay with it. Respect and consent. So just be a respectful human. Exactly.
Now start talking a bit.
Follow normal etiquette and you are good to go. Ooh, this is big. Hmm. See you later, and to you as well if you are still gaming. I don't know if you are taking a nap or whatever, so happy gaming, happy napping, happy sleeping, whatever. Oh, I hope that won't be too annoying.
They say he left
Fresh
home.
wind out exploring.
Wait, I know how to make room.
You cannot rush an oak.
These are pine planks. Well, I can use the same trick.
You and Pine, you know what's coming.
Serum?
They say he left already.
Good.
Better this way. A true seraph.
The city's gone to shit.
There we go. This will help now a lot. Has
Perhaps next time.
there. Let's finish this still before we go back to the nameless purse. God damn it, I hate this tree. I really need to remember to kick that freaking ladder down this time. Shit. I forgot I don't have the healing anymore. Let me check an enchant real quick. Ready up, Mauri! Yeah. And welcome! Yeah, I'm good. How about you? Let me see. Full list of enchantments. Man, I'm going way too much into group synergy theory crafting right now. Like what I mentioned earlier already, the one person going, if you always play together, one person going plague damage to give the entire group lifesteal. Then one person going bleed and everyone having the enchant for lifesteal by bleeding while attacking bleeding enemies on their gloves. Then a third person could go fire for burning, which gets synergized really nicely with the infection as well. Since if we go that route with the advanced status, we get searing. Dealing fire damage to an infected target will increase fire damage taken. That is already great with the lifesteal. Then we also get with the bleeding and fester. Dealing plague damage to a bleeding target will reduce enemy build-up recovery speed. So they the statuses last longer. And then lastly, there is an enchant for gloves as well that is separate from the healing one. That against burning targets you have a 10 to 20% critical strike chance. Whereas the usual max crit chance for the glove enchant is 10%. So you already have that at a minimum as long as you can get an enemy to burn. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. That was too much Monster Hunter. I pressed R1 to sprint. Refinery. Yeah, we have all the storages I'm interested in. Oh wait, no, fuck! I made a mistake. I still don't have the one thing I was after here. Now I have it. Nice. In this house, I don't want every single crafting table. But I do want at least what's it called? Right, my kitchen. That's a nice critical hit chance. Definitely want to keep that one.
This is... Let's get...
So this is the
But yeah, co-op builds, if you go really in depth with your friends, you can make insane stuff. And your builds can even still work solo, just by having another set of gloves with them. If you would go that insane for the insanity I just recommended. Ow.
make me chase you down.
That's my text. No.
Time to withdraw.
Jeez. Ow. He shouldn't have moved. He would have been fine if he didn't move. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Segitits is there now. Yeah. Ow. I tell you, at some point, someone will join my stream, gets insulted by the nickname I give a freaking ugly mob, and I will be banned for it. Will that stop me though? No. Because I'm having way too much fun and just being myself. Ah, that's a bruiser. That means I can't backstep them anymore. I really don't want to feed their family tree. Who knows where that tree has been? This short bow is already insane. And it will only get better with time. Though, again, we will change our bows in the future for sure, since I do want to go for the Belloc Talon. I think. I still need to test it, if it's still as fun as it was before. Oof. Huh, she only spawns once, interesting. There's the bruiser. Shit. I remember that in the beta, this rune basically guaranteed a stagger. It was pure insanity. Yeah, thanks to skipping a day, I'm still ahead of the curve, which is just weird. Next we need to go for some health. I also wanna start increasing my dex more, but I also do need the focus. Because honestly, I know the focus ring is massively powerful. The one that you use health. Especially since it allows you to build way tankier with a lot more health. But I don't feel it's, at least with my playstyle with the bow, not as needed. Does that make sense? Since I attack a lot with my bow, and that's what I built for. With more stamina and everything, so I can also freely dodge. Then because I use cloth armor, I gain 20% more focus gain passively without any special facets or enchants. I may have to start investing into my armor soon. Investing as an upgrading. And let's see, at least this bow, I gain 10 focus per attack. So just with armor, without investing into focus, I gain 12 focus per attack. And honestly, that is maybe why, for me, a shock build may be the better choice over bleeding. Will it stop me to make a bleeding and go to shock again? No. since I'm not staggering at all. Nice. This gains stamina on stagger. Ah, unfortunate. But man, these gloves are already insane. That is definitely an enchant I want on my pants. Just checking something real quick, guys. Okay, and on we go. Woo! Very close call there. But there's also a reason why I again, this particular archer don't want to go for shock. I have a or almost fully built shock archer already. I just need to swap the bows.
You became like some two.
The last beast is down here. If I wouldn't spread my stats so thin, I don't want to know how powerful this bow would be right now. It's disgusting already. Oh! My first, different ember. The Void Ember, a blackened fragment that can be used to disenchant items, returning them to common rarity. That will be massive. I also will now stop crafting on this bow. Because it's good enough for me. And it's not the bow I want to use at the end, so I don't want to use up all my resources on it. And I mean, it doesn't even have a facet, so... God, I really wish I could edit, because I will most likely upload my streams to YouTube. Like, I will cut this stream in two later. When we reach the 4 hours, I will most likely take a short break. Or not take a short break, but end the stream, start a new stream. So I can upload them separately to YouTube way easier without YouTube whining about the duration being too long. But I don't think many will watch it, and especially not until they get to the points where I talk about the group synergies. But without editing and putting the information in, I don't think people will listen to me. Like, if I can't share screenshots and stuff like that. Did that guy jump up there? Well, how did they get the loot up there? The fuck? What was that? Corrupting an ember. And unlocking powerful enchantments. Poise damage increase. Not bad actually, but the multi-shot, that is what I'm after right now. But see how much we are behind in terms of our main stat. We should be having 26 stacks at this point. I will do something very stupid right now to learn this. Okay, so it puts on random enchantments as well. And not just a negative with empty slots. Gotcha. Then next, when we get an one where we can remove enchantments, will be the next test if we can replace existing enchantments. Or if we can just put them on empty enchantment slots. No way, when I thought I was unlocking ring slots, I unlocked tool slots. I'm such a dum-dum. I was wondering what I unlocked there. God, I'm stupid. Shit. The fuck? You will let me through now. You think you're funny throwing a spear in the back of my head, you mother... fucker, huh? Come. Yeah, piggy. Oh, you're not bleeding anymore. Too bad. I wanted to that you bleed. You are bleeding out like the pig you are. Do we have any powder? No. Shit. Well, let's kick down the bridge and open the way. So we can repair our fishing rod and keep fishing. Ready up, Eater Fluff. I have no idea what you said. But please stick to English here. To link your account, you need to talk with... I ran what you said through the Google Translate. You need to talk with the bounty guy. Give me a second. I don't know if you understand English. So... Again, I'm so sorry. It's the best I can do to help. If you are still around. Here, this one.
Why kill men for
Captain
food?
Randolph. Then you go to this option, connect to Twitch.
True serum.
I don't want to sell this ring on accident.
True serum. They say he left already.
Hello, old friend.
Ooh, 8%, that's big. What was this again? Physical damage and stamina recovery. Yeah, I still want to keep that.
Why? Greeting.
Next, let's take the rune from here and extract and put it on here.
Sacrament and gold.
A man with untainted blood is a man.
Good day to you.
Okay, we are missing spruce planks, so let's put some on.
You cannot rush an opponent. You and Pine.
Eyes up.
Poison. They say he left already.
These are my scissors. No, these are my scissors.
They walk past. Where have you?
We don't want this guy just yet. Ah, I need to use them for all, not just, okay. I made some mistakes in my planning. Some very big mistakes.
A man with untainted blood.
May your will be half as strong as my word.
Sure, I'm forgetting. They say he left already. Perhaps next time.
But that's how it goes.
True serum.
And yes, I did all of that so I could get the fish here. Fishing has just become that powerful in my opinion. Oh, I needed that long they even respawned. Very nice. Yep, we are back. And that multi-shot with shock and then gain focus on any status inflicted is what makes shocks on bow so extremely powerful. After we dealt with this cave once, we will grab all of our stuff. And put on the next. Did I just get a hope shorn already? Yep, I did. And an attack speed increase. Oh my god. Yo. I will definitely put this one aside for a scythe character. Since we have the focus right now, let's just refresh our lights. Okay, then don't attack. Fine by me as well. I know that the volley is not nearly as good as the multi-shot, but it's so fun to use. I do feel sorry for killing wolves every time. The only ones I don't feel sorry for are the infected wolves. Because they are just getting put out of their misery. But the normal wolves, yeah, definitely. No! Well, this does not count as having finished the area. God, that was stupid. Let's make some light. By the way, if you want to know how to hold your arrow nock like this if you want light, if you don't have the focus for the light rune at the moment and have an enchantment like this, you need to press the rune button, whatever you have to ready your runes. For me it's R1. I keep that pressed. And this chest is why I said it didn't count as finished. Ooh, what's this? Void Ember. Yeah, I really... Ooh. Now this works for me. Where was I? Right. Keeping the R1 button pressed to if you need to utilize your bow as a light source. But yeah, I already do notice because of them that the fallen embers get less, which I really like.
Snips and yarns, threads and cloth, the only thing we hate the most.
They say he left already.
You and Pine. You cannot rush it.
I may regret this later, but I think this will help me in the long run.
Time.
I've probably traveled further than anyone else.
And it's still not even full. Ugh. Yeah, they made that a lot harder. I like that. I like that a lot. Since honestly, we would have most of these ready if it hadn't been for needing the upgrades. This also now makes sense that I would put in... that I prepare a crafting house already. Can I now also infect him? Yes. And bleeding still runs. Perfect.
Shh, be quiet. They'll hear us.
I will definitely use that against the boss to proper test it again.
You there? And me as well. How can you help?
Okay, thanks for the hit. I appreciate that one. Oh god. Shit! Me wanting to test really screwed me over there. But it seems runes are not affected by your quiver. Did I see that right? Let's test this one first. Yeah, they are not affected. Okay, gotcha. Fuck! I should at least kick down that shortcut first. Yeah, that one doesn't look too bad. I still prefer the feather one. Because the one with the feather has... or the feathers, and yes, the one that shows massive side boobs does have a quiver. Despite being cloth armor, and I really like that. Motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, it's slowly time I start beginning to upgrade my armor. I can't, Kura. In about half an hour I want to eat. Also, ready up, how are you doing? Another Void Ember. We are getting a lot of those. I would have thought the Void Embers would come after those. Well, we did have a plague already. The only thing we didn't have were the Essence Embers yet. The other ones, I assume, will only come at the end. Completely at the end game. It's so interesting that many think the toolbox icon down there with the damage is that something in their house was broken. Maybe the younger players that don't know these old school toolboxes anymore. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kura didn't even know what these toolbox that icon there is a toolbox. Since honestly, I don't see those old school toolboxes anywhere anymore. And I don't mean it to be rude or anything. It's just, nowadays you don't have the simple handle and a box underneath. You see the yellow icon next to Zill? Do you recognize that as a toolbox? And I don't mean to be rude, it's just, again, I don't see those old school anymore. I see those you open up and then fold out to the sides, or the really big red ones with many drawers in them and stuff like that. Here, let me screen grab this and send to you. This icon, I sent it in Discord. So you still were exposed to it though. Some may not have been. And that is why they don't connect that to the literal tools when they are damaged. Again, whenever I say something like that, I worry so much to sound rude as hell. But I really don't mean it that way. Okay, I'm trying to think how I should do this. Okay, I have an idea. Since this is a good cut-off point right now, I will cut this stream here and put it into a second part. So please don't go away, I will be live again in a couple of seconds. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for staying with this for so long. Click like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Maybe leave a comment. I hope to do this more often from now on. Thank you all for tuning in, and as always, ready up for the next hunt.